Winnipeg Hockey Talk would like to welcome you to its live version of Random Thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets with host Harley Friesen and WinnipegHockeyTalk.com's owner and writer, Mitch Kasprick.
Yeah, obviously he's, 10 years, he's been pretty healthy. And this has kind of been nagging on him here since training camp. It's something that we've kind of known about. He was trying to play through it. It'd be good days, bad days. Just something that timing's right, get it done now. A lot of schedule ahead of us. So that was really just the thinking. Sat down and talked to him, obviously medical staff, everybody, agent. This was the time to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was the voice of Jets coach Scott Arneal referencing their decision for Connor Hellebuck to have surgery done on his knee. This is definitely going to be a new chapter for the team, hey?
Right. I'm surprised. I had no idea he was hurt, and they never led on. So, get it done. It's not that big a deal for a high caliber athlete like him. He'll be back in a month, but we'll go 4 to 6 for now. But before we start, I wanted to address a mistake I made last week. I called Calgary's resident rat Ryan Lombard. I called him Lombard. I apologize. Ryan Lombard fans out there, I correct that. Sorry.
Hey, we all make mistakes. I'm one of them too. While talking about special teams last
Oh, right,
week, I accidentally called the power play a penalty play. Just to clarify, I know the power play is when your team has the man advantage and not a penalty against you, but hey, that's my bad. Now that we've cleaned up our mistakes from last week, let's get into our first point of this week's Random Thoughts. Point 1, speaking of Helly, Friday night's game against the Hurricanes marked the official beginning of the Jets' 4 to 6 weeks without him.
True. He is going to be missed. There's no doubt. He carries this team on his back. The thing that worries me is maybe we've relied on him too much, and Eric Conry has to step up here. And my favorite, Thomas Millets, when he gets his chance, this is a big opportunity. This is where you show you belong. And I think he has the tools. And I think we're in trouble. But I'm hoping these guys prove me and a lot of the fans that are thinking the same thing. Life without Helly could be tough. So let's wish the boys luck, and we'll go from there. There's nothing they can do but just give it their best. Hope the team in front supports, score some goals, and play responsible defensively. Give them a fighting chance to win some hockey games.
Yeah, now's the time to step up.
It is.
Yep. Point 2, the Jets finished their 3-game homestand, 1-2-0, sitting 5th in the Central, just outside a wild card spot. Next up is a tough 5-game road trip through Washington, Carolina, Nashville, Buffalo, and Montreal, which you kind of have a bad feeling about. How come?
Well, yes and no. Here's the thing. We're already 0-2 in life without Connor Hellebuck.
Right.
So we've already blown two home games, and now we go on the road for 5. It's tougher to win on the road, and we're playing some very good teams on the road. But conversely, maybe the boys get it together, they rally around the goalies, and they surprise the hell out of me.
That's what we can hope for.
Well, it's a 5-game road trip.
Yep.
My little rule of thumb is always come back 500 or better. So I'm thinking 3-2, 2-1. This sort of keeps us going. 4-1 would be nice. 1-4 would be not nice. Yeah.
Point 3. Some good news if you're an Adam Lowry fan. The Jets signed Captain Adam Lowry to a 5-year, $5 million average annual value extension beginning in 2026 and to 2027.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that contract, but the way I see it is maybe it's payback for all the good years he's put in.
Yeah.
He's the captain. He's their heart and soul. But paying a guy, well, $5 million nowadays isn't that much. But at 37, he'll have a lot of mileage on him. He plays a heavy game, tough game. He shows up. I think 3 would have been perfect. They maybe could even give him more, give him 6. 4 would have been okay. 5's too much. But the way I look at it, it's payback for him being a good soldier.
Yeah. Point 4. Next up, we've got some former Jets drama. It's time for a put that in your pipe and smoke it moment. Nikolai Ehlers, one of your former favorite Jets, played his first game as a Carolina Hurricane against Winnipeg on Friday night. You said that while he got a warm ovation during his video tribute, he's gone and left the team high and dry. So you don't really care anymore. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, Nick was probably my second favorite Jet.
Yep.
Scheif is always my number one. But what am I celebrating? That Nick Ehlers took off, left us with a crappy, second line. At least if you traded him, you'd get something. We got nothing for a quality starting forward, just a gift for Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed off about it. Like, he left us high and dry, and that was his prerogative. He earned that right with the CBA being what it is. Not a lot of guys leave their current teams, and when it does, it hurts. And it especially hurts small market teams like us. We don't really attract free agents unless they're guys like Nyquist and they're 35 years old and they're run through already. So I'm not happy. I'm glad he got a nice reception. He's gone. Fuck off. I don't care. Oh, sorry. I forgot
That's a big
about,
one there.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to
What was that?
the X-Files. The truth is out there.
It sure is. Especially in this point 5 that we have. Yes, our new segment of DeMello Files. Tuesday versus Columbus, Miles Wood blew past DeMello for a goal. Friday versus Carolina, DeMello made a breakout pass to Scheifele, leading to a Morrissey goal and swatted a puck out of midair to prevent a goal. Sunday versus Minnesota, interference penalty. Overall, you said it's a decent week.
Yeah, this is me trying to be funny again. With DeMello, you never know what you're going to get. In that last road trip in California, those 2 games against the fast skating Ducks and Sharks, he looked like crap. So I want to give him a chance to, I don't give him a chance. He don't give a shit who I am. But, oh yeah, right. Do you remember me saying he's not as bad as I say he is at times? He has some good moments, and he's usually solid. But he is regressing. He's making more mistakes. I notice them because I'm pissed off. But he had these 3 games. He was fine. He was really, really good. we had a couple mistakes, but those mistakes didn't cost us because we won that game, and the other games that we did lose, he was fine. Actually made some really top plays. So he's like the reason I'm going with the DeMello files. It's kind of alienish. You don't know what you're gonna get, and we don't know what his truth is, but the truth is out there.
Point 6. Here's a coaching question for Scott Arneal. Why do you juggle lines a lot in third periods when chasing a goal? Why not experiment with new lines to give the second line a more permanent boost? I like that question.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I wrote that before the Sunday game, and what ended up happening is he juggled the lines big times on Sunday. They were all jumbled around except for the top line, and I guess that's what most fans want to see, including myself. I'd like to see give Alexei a follow, a shot for a couple of games up front, put Gabe down with Perfetti and Taves, and just see if we can mix up those and get two decent scoring lines, and hope on the road trip that we get some production out of the third and fourth lines. Morgan Barron has been back from his injury, and you don't really look to a fourth liner for scoring, but he's a good player. He can skate like the wind, so maybe he pops a couple in. You get some good power play, good penalty killing, and all we need is just NHL average goaltending from our two guys, and
for sure
we should be able to hold the fort. We'll see what happens.
we will. Point 7. Here's a fun one that's almost superstitious. You've kind gone onto a trend each season where if a team is in a playoff spot on American Thanksgiving, they tend to make the playoffs. And you said you have a bad feeling for the Jets on Friday. You kind of said how they might be on the outside looking in.
Well, they're already on the outside looking in, so they're already behind the 8 ball. Right now, all we're hoping for is we can keep our head above water for a while, and it could be tough if we come back below 500 on this road trip. We're probably going to lose a lot of ground, and if we hold serve, we'll say, to use the old tennis analogy, coming back with 5 points, maybe 6. We'll kind of stay in that little pack, and that's all we're trying to do right now until we get completely healthy. Or we could just say, fuck it, let's win some hockey games. But,
There's a but.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Right now we're on the out. It's not like we're in third place or we were like up and high in the standings, so we can't say, oh, Harley is the injury cost because playoff spot, because we were crap before this road trip and before his injury. And I shouldn't say we were crap. We're still technically above 500, and we actually are the real 500. We have more wins than losses. So I just think we got to win every other game for the next month, and we'll be okay. And in this case, you know what? That American Thanksgiving Day, that's a bunch of crap. That's just
you weren't saying that when you lived in Arizona, though. You got the 2 Thanksgivings.
Love 2 Thanksgivings.
Oh yeah, how can't you? We've just learned to do the Thanksgiving dinners outside of Thanksgiving. You can always have one of those big dinners any day. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it.
We've learned that. Point 8, switching over to the AHL side. The Moose won both games this week, making it 6 in a row. Record now 9-6-2-0. They're tied for 2nd in the Central and 5th in the Western Conference. Lambert, Ford, and Chibrikov returned, and Milic went to the Jets.
Yeah, so that's not a bad trade-off because they still got DeVincentis as he'll be their number 1. He's a really quality guy too. You're home, relatively healthy. You got the 3 guys that are back from the Jets. That's like, you lose your. Well, I'm not going to say that's their 3 best players, but it's three pretty top end guys,
They're high up there, yeah.
and that should help them. So they finish off this homestand with those guys and make some hay. See, the thing about the AHL is, yeah, they got those three guys back, but they might not necessarily be their best players. Some of those veteran AHL guys that are career AHLers, and they're probably never going up to the NHL. They might get the odd cup of coffee here and there, but they're solid. They're solid, consistent guys, and those are the guys that carry your franchise for the most part in the American Hockey League, because these young guys, once they get good, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
Yeah, and Brad Lambert thinks he should be gone, and we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, I hope the Moose take advantage of these guys while they got them. Parker Ford, and my second favorite prospect is Nikita Chibrikov. I really like his game. And I'm not even talking, I think he's a great scorer. I think he'll be able to score like a third liner. I just like him because he's a pain in the ass. He plays a hard, tough game. He got 175 credits up there. That's supposed to be $1.75. I'll move that decimal tonight. Or maybe not. That's 17.5 cents.
You're keeping it low.
Or is that $175? Anyway, back to the Moose. Yeah, they're in good. You know what's funny? They got a really good coach. He's a great AHL coach, and he's on the same page as Arneal and the boys. So they're learning the same systems, and they should be ready to come up and play the same style. So we'll talk about Lambert and Chibs again, but we're not going to see them unless they start lighting it up in the AHL or there's injuries with the big clubs. So yeah, Manitoba Moose they're in good shape. They got good young players.
Yeah, sounds like it. Point 9, sticking with the Moose in point 9, you say that this is getting old. Another kid getting bad advice from a delusional agent. Right now, Lambert isn't even a good AHL player, close to ECHL level.
Oops. I shouldn't have said that. Well, if you compare his numbers 2 years ago, they were pretty good for a rookie. And then last year, they were abysmal. They were embarrassing for a guy to take that biggest step backwards in his number. He had 21 goals 2 years ago.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what
last
happened.
year he had 6, and he's playing top 6 minutes. He's playing in special teams, so there's no excuse. And I don't think he can think that he's NHL ready based on how he played last year. It's got to be his agent. You know, the agent did that with Rutger McGroarty. Oh, he's ready for the NHL. He doesn't want to report to the Moose, and I find that hard to believe. And I was mentioning it to you the other day. He was such a fan favorite here, and he just the way he moved with the crowd and signing autographs and joking around. They loved him, and he loved them. He just was terrific. And it's hard for me to believe the dark side of that player going like, fuck this, I should be playing. Get me the hell out of here, trade me. No, I'm saying it's his agent. And
you gotta work your way up too.
Well, that's right. He wasn't ready. What the hell's the hurry?
Yeah.
These guys are all in a hurry. And to me, that sounds like bad advice from the agent. Like, you gotta remember, the agents make their money off the percentage of their salary.
Yeah.
And when you're making 10 times more in the NHL, when you're in the show, these guys still are entry level, but his when they move up, his paycheck moves up. So is he giving them bad advice? I think so. There's no way you could convince me that Rutger had that dark side and just and exploded like that last year. And what makes it laughable is he spent the whole year in the AHL last year in Wilkes-Barre Scranton, which is Pittsburgh's farm club. So, bad advice. Again, another Asian strikes. And I'm going to throw another little story in here. If you notice behind me, Hardy Duck, there's a Patrick Laine jersey there. You see that in ace number 29? Yeah. Patrick Laine was a fan favorite. He loved it here. We loved him. And then all of a sudden, his agent started
Getting in his ear.
Exactly. He got in his ear. And Laine, till this day, will say he never asked for a trade. So his agent was, I can't remember, started yipping, and Chevy called his bluff.
Wow.
Boom, he was gone. So it just goes to show you these guys, I don't know for sure, but I'm almost positive, and I believe him, that he never asked for that trade, and he said he was shocked he was gone. He might have been trying to use that to leverage himself to get the better lineup position, whatever, but it really backfired. And he's never been the same as he was his first years with here. When he was here. Wasn't the same in Columbus. He went, where the hell did he go? Now he's in Montreal, he's injured. And we loved the guy. He was a big part of that power play. Yeah, he sulked a little too much, but he was just a kid. I'd love to have him back on the left side, slapping them one-timers and busting goalies. Yeah, I miss him. But yeah, there's another guy who might have got bad advice, and he's gone.
Point 10, time to give credit where it's due. You call Alex Iafallo a Swiss Army knife. He plays any line, any role, keeps chugging, never complains. You say he's one of your favorite Jets.
He is.
Yeah.
When we got him from Los Angeles in the Dubois trade, I was over the moon getting Gabe Velarde. And when I saw Iafallo's name, I didn't know if that was real or not, because the reports, they leak in and names are out there. And when I saw that, I went, wow, because I watch LA play a lot. I watch a lot of the late night games. And I always thought of him as kind of that same role in LA. You'd see him, he played a lot with Kopitar. He was on both penalty special teams, power play, penalty kill, and just all over the lineup, and very solid guy. Looks like a fun guy to play with, and just a good guy. And he's one of my faves, and I'm just thrilled we got him. We made out so well on that trade. So yeah, let's have a man crush on Alex. He's a good guy. Glad he's on our team.
Yeah, definitely a reliable guy. Point 11 is the same poll from last week about Chevy, so feel free to go to the article and do that. But I was thinking maybe next week you put a poll up for goaltending. What do you think?
Yeah, I could throw another question out there, like something like, should Chevy be looking for another goalie while Helly's out? Most GMs for 4 to 6 weeks probably wouldn't. But if our guys shit the bed in these first 10 games, and we're already 0-2, he might. So I'm going to say, should he? He's got his eyes open. One little nugget I picked up yesterday is Winnipegger Ryan Dreger, who's played with Seattle, and he's played with, I think, the Florida Panthers. He's back home actually. Just got released from his KHL contract, so he'd be probably a good cheap guy to have. Bring him in, let Milic go back down, and I could see something like that happen. They're not gonna go for an established guy anywhere. No, they'll just wait Haley out.
Yep. Point 12. Point 12. Let's check in on the special teams.
Yeah.
I'll be right this week. Power play is 8th at 23.3%, down from 24.1% last week. Penalty kill is 6th at 83.8%, down from 84.1%. Face-offs are 5th at 53.01%, up slightly from 53%.
Yeah, those numbers are all good. Nothing to complain about for sure.
Yeah.
And I always look at the actual percentages. Like if you notice that one, we dropped 4 places and the percentage actually went up. And that can happen when you're dealing in tenths of points. But what the thing that's nice is we're in the top third of all 3 of those. That's excellent. So
I'll take that.
no complaints there. Special teams are fluid, right? You'll go for a little stretch where you shit the bed, then you'll go in another stretch where you're hotter than hell. Hell's not a swear. I'm not gonna care.
I didn't get you on those before,
Yeah.
so I'll give you a break.
Yeah, so our special teams are in pretty good shape overall. No complaints there.
All right. Point 13. Let's check in on the players in the crease. There's a lot happening there recently, but our last stats for Harley are 8-6-0, 2.51 goals against, and .913 save percentage. Comrie is 4-3-0, 2.87 goals against, and .899 save percentage. Will be interesting to see how.
Well, Helly's numbers are done.
Yeah.
For until. Also, next week I'll add Mitch in because I think he'll get one. Well, I think he'll play Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not. Comms ain't going back to back. They play in Washington Wednesday. Oh boy, Carolina Thursday. That might be a tall order, but there's no way you're going to play Comrie back to back. So, you know what they might do? They might start Mitch in Washington
Tomorrow.
No,
that'd be interesting. Or the next Wednesday.
He's playing one of these 2 games, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I hope he stands on his head because.
This is his time.
It is. This is a big chance for him. Just show what you got. So. Yeah. So for Comms, his numbers aren't great. He gets. I'm not gonna say he gets the cupcake games, but when the team's on a back-to-back or the visitors on a back-to-back, they'll play Comms in that game, and this is going to be the first time he's got to go through the real schedule and be the man. So
be the man.
On that note, I'll say we'll get into the goaltending. We'll know more in about 2 weeks. I hear something.
That?
Yeah, I hear that. You know what that is? The good.
The bad.
And the ugly.
But ugly, yeah. Yeah.
And this will be the copyright infringement from stealing it from a 60-year-old movie. The guy that wrote it's probably in a wheelchair just like mine. I sit in this wheelchair. It's comfortable. I don't really need it. But I had it from the hospital. It's comfy because it's got the curved seat.
Yep.
But I'm going to have some dude about 85 years old like, hello, Mitch Kasprick. You're using my song. I want royalties. Yeah. Here's a Tylenol. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's our swear jar.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, so point 14. Time to summarize this week in 3 words, which you could have guessed: the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good for this week: the Jets played well, but we got nothing.
Yeah, it's strange. They could have won all 3 games. They outplayed Carolina, lost by a goal. Probably the shorthanded goal killed them. Shorthanded goal killed them on Sunday afternoon when they were only down by 1. After outplaying Minnesota, we should have had a couple. I would think on the deservo meter, the thing would have tilted like Jets should have won it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the games aren't played on the
That doesn't
meter.
determine the
It's
outcome.
played on the ice, and
Yeah.
so I mean, they say that it all washes out. Yeah, sometimes it does. I mean, I'm sure, we're gonna win a couple games we don't deserve to win because
Yeah.
Harley, shuts the door. Jesper Wallstadt for many was very lucky, and he was very good. So let's just leave it at that. To be honest, I don't really have any complaints with how they played. A couple mistakes here and there. There's not a hockey team on earth that plays a perfect game.
Yeah.
It just seems like lately our little mistakes seem to be rippling the twine behind the goalie, and it's fucking frustrating. Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. The bad. No puck luck.
We had pucks basically dangling on the goal line, and just the guys are jamming in there.
Yeah.
When there's all that jamming and crapping going on, I don't understand how the puck doesn't move and going, but it didn't.
Right.
And that's what I call puck luck.
Yeah.
So, although we kind of did get one, Velarde got one that kind of went off the guy's skate, but by that time, that game was home and cool for many.
The ugly 0 and 2 post heli. Yep.
Yeah,
We're already starting off.
we're starting
Ugly.
off grid. We're starting off 0
Ugly,
and 2,
ugly.
and we got a 5-game road trip.
Yeah.
Then this is so good. This is great scheduling by the geniuses over at Count Chocula's Chocolate Minion Factory. So we come home after the road trip. So we got 3 games this week, 2 games next week. Finally have a home game on Friday night.
Montreal.
Is it?
The last of their.
The last of the road games is
Yeah.
against Montreal.
Yeah.
But then on that Friday night, we have a home game. Can't remember who it's from.
I see.
All I know is the next night, we go into Edmonton on Hockey Night in Canada to get slaughtered on a back-to-back. McDavid's licking his lips right now, going, I'm going to light up that Comrie tonight. Yeah, am I
boy.
happy?
No.
No. And then after that, we have a nice little homestand
Yeah.
to finish out
Settle
December.
down.
It's not too bad.
Point 15. Now we have a couple points that fall into the things that make me go, yes. First, you were wondering why big stories like Lambert's trade request and heli surgery were broken by national reporters and not a local guy.
Puzzles me.
Yeah.
We used to get breaking news. This is good from Rene Lavoie from the TSN affiliate
Oh, yeah.
out of Quebec, and he's breaking stories about the Jets. I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? What's wrong with Weber or Murat, the Tess, and Sean Reynolds? Why, so like here, so Drager's got a pipeline here somewhere. So I can see his, but he's the one who broke the heli surgery. Like, really? They couldn't throw a bone to one of the guys, or maybe our guys don't want him. And what was the other one? Who was the other guy? It was I think he's from Philly. And well, wait a second. I think I have it right here. Let's take a look. Let's look on the Twitter here.
We are fact checking. It's important we fact check
Frank
people.
Cervelli. Thanks. He's a very reputable, reliable guy, and he was the one that posted about Lambert. And what do I write there? Another kid getting great advice from a delusional agent. Yeah, and then it's got here. League sources say "Go Jets, go" have given 22 first-rounder Brad Lambert's representation, so his agent, permission to find a trade partner. So yeah, go to it. Let's find a trade partner. But we ain't trading him for a bucket of shit and a couple pucks. We want a good player. We want a good player back. So yeah, so that's that. I don't get it, and I've been wondering about that for years, actually. Okay.
Point 16. Continuing with that theme,
Oh,
in
yes,
point
a follow-up.
16,
Yes.
you ask if these national scoops upset local reporters.
Did I say upset? How does it read? I think
Is it a different word?
I think it says. I wonder if they're pissed off about all that.
Okay. I saved those words for you.
Would they be? I don't know. Maybe. I know I would. If it was me, I would. I'd be.
You want to report on
Put
your
it this
own
way.
city
You see the
and-
swear? You see the swear jar? It'd be in triple digits going the other way. Was it big
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd be saying, "What the fuck is Chevy? Tell me something."
Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, that was just an example. I wasn't speaking for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
It came out your
okay.
mouth, though.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Point 17. Let's tackle a controversial one.
Mm-hmm.
At the 1/4 poll of the season, you were starting to question whether Jonathan Taves is working out or not, but you seem to be holding off on the answer for now because it may upset you. No comment, no comment. Throw the key away.
No, I was just thinking out quiet and I was laying there.
It was never that with you.
And I know I'm a big advocate for him, and I'm a big supporter.
Yes.
I love the guy, and so I'm not going to find fault with him. But if I had to ask myself the question after 21 games, over 20 games, quarter bowl, I'd just say I'm gonna wait till the halfway mark to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And just see the two. This is good. Whenever a guy underachieves or overachieves, the pundits, the guys say, it's too small of a sample size. Well, to be honest, 20 games is a small sample size when a guy's coming back from long COVID and hasn't played for a while. He certainly hasn't lost his talents in the face-off circle. He's hovering in 63%. That's unreal. So I just think he needs some better support around him. If he's going to be a 2C, he's got to have some scoring wingers. And Vladdy, love Vladdy. Don't get me wrong. And Gus, yeah, those aren't exactly elite guys to have snipers on the wing. I mean, here's a guy that played with Patrick Sharp, Patrick Kane, and he's slugging it out with the latter years of Gus Nyquist. And I like Gus. See, I told you earlier about Nick. Nick's gone. You're gone. You get the hell out of here. Gus is here, and I will support Gus. I like him.
Yeah.
And everything. I want him to do well. I don't want him to fail, so I can say, "Oh, look, I was right. I said he was no good." No, that's bullshit. He's a good guy, and I want him to succeed. And I tell you, I have these weird beliefs. These veteran guys, he might score 5 goals this year, and he might score 5 in the playoffs that really matter. So that's what I'm hoping. Now, if he doesn't. This summer, oh boy. You see the swear jar? Yes. Somebody's going to be an awfully rich person.
Yeah.
I don't know who's getting that swear jar. I haven't even figured it out yet.
It could be you.
It could be big. Yep.
Point 18. Finally, a pet peeve that's super technical but important. Yeah. The lacrosse line change. Players jump on and off the bench, gaining extra steps beyond what's allowed. Friday versus Carolina, a 2-on-1 became a 2-on-3 because of this, and the announcers didn't even call it out. You note that in a few years, the first penalty for this will likely be called against the Jets with our luck.
Yep. Yeah, they haven't called it for about a decade. They'll call it this week, we'll say on the road trip. And the official, the official goes to center ice and goes, Winnipeg penalty, bench minor, illegal line change, too many men on the ice. And then they'll look up like this at the camera and say, fuck you, Kasprick. That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, I can see it right now. I tell you, I can see it as plain as day. It's only a factor, obviously, when you change on the fly. A lot of line changes happen at whistles, a lot on the fly. And it's a thing of beauty in lacrosse when it's worked properly and legally. It's like because you're all going the same speed, right? You got guys running off, guys running on the other end. They gain that bench and a few feet. In hockey, these guys are dragging their ass back to the bench. and they barely get there. And these guys have already taken 6 feet at full speed.
Yeah.
So the rule used to be, if these guys were like 1, 2, 3 steps away, that was close enough for those guys to jump. Well, it's like everything, give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah.
And now that they actually seems like they are taking a mile. Carolina, in a close hockey game, turned potential Jets 2-on-1 to a 2-on-3. I just threw up my hands and I gave it the old WTF.
Yep.
Announcer said nothing. Nobody noticed it, and I went, geez, I hate that.
Yeah, well.
So I'm going to let it go. But don't, hey, my eyes are open.
And we're watching.
I'll be watching.
All right. Point 19. Kyle Connor is starting to let some of his old bad habits creep back into his game. And it really showed on the 2 short-handed goals that were scored against the Jets in both their losses this weekend. I'm not saying the shorties were his fault, but the sight of him dogging it on the back check wasn't a good look.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, big yikes.
This is a guy who's really, he's transformed his game from one of the worst dog fuckers to pretty response. Hey, I got off on only a 1 clinker on that one. But yeah, he used to be really bad. He's doing a lot of flybys. Didn't bust his ass hard coming back and everything. Just, hey, you know what, people? Just for shits and giggles, go take a look at KC's overtime goal during COVID when we swept the Oilers. I think it was game 4 overtime, the clinching goal. He scored that goal because he didn't back check. He was dogging it on his way back. Somehow I think Pionk got the puck in our zone, saw him, flipped it up the ice, and there's KC coming back. And then all of a sudden he's got a breakaway, and the series is over, and he's a hero. And I'm going like,
come on, man.
On both those shorthanded goals, one, he lost the puck, and I'm going to say it was Brock Faber from Mini beat him up the ice, because that's the guy that scored. It wasn't the 2 guys on the 2-on-1. It was the trailer who was Faber. He got the rebound. Combs made the save. So that one really pissed me off. And you know who else wasn't happy about that? Mr. Arneal. He mentioned it. So come on, Casey, you're better than that. We got our backup goalies in. They need all our support.
Yeah.
And we can't be giving up pieces on our power play. That's a brutal look.
Yeah, no.
Let's go. Come on.
We need those goals.
Yeah.
Point 20. And finally, Neil Pionk left after his 4th shift in the first period and didn't return. And to today, we're still waiting for Arneal's update.
Yeah, I checked. They're
still
calling him day to day.
Yeah, any ideas though what might have happened or?
They didn't even. Well, maybe I missed it, but usually they'll say Neil Pionk is day to day with an LBR, which is lower body injury. LBI. Anyway, LBI, and I think what the key thing is, I don't know when they leave for Washington. Probably today.
Yeah.
If they're playing tomorrow night, they want to be there in the hotel.
Settled.
They might even already be there. Have a skate today. Have a pre-game skate in the morning, optional, and then they'll make the announcement on Pionk. Maybe something's come out by now. It's the middle of the afternoon here, so I'd like to know. He's not my favorite, but I don't want to see him out. He works well with Sammy, so let's hope he's playing.
Yeah, we need all the players we can get right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we are done with our weekly recap. Time for some viewer questions. We got one from Ben, one from Sparky.
Yeah.
So first up, This question, it's a good question. What would be a respectable record being without Helly?
Okay, so I went into the schedule, looked at the calendar, and let's keep in mind we're already going to
Yep.
Life After Halley. And so we have 19 games left, and that'll take us to the January 6th homestand, where I predict he'll be back. He might be back before that. But that's 19 games, 7 at home, 12 on the road. That's a tough grind.
Yep.
Overall, it was 9 at home, 12 on the road, but we've already lost 2 of those. So that's 21 games.
Still more games away than
Yeah,
home,
it's going to be tough. It's hard to win on the road.
Yeah.
And especially when you're playing good teams. There's a lot of good teams on these
Exactly.
road trips we
Yeah.
go on. So my rule of thumb is always, 500. Hoping you get more. Maybe you're always expecting a bit more when your team is good. Well, right now our team's not good. I would be really happy if going into the January 6th game we had picked up 21 points between now and then. So I think, 21 keeps us in the hunt. We're not gaining any ground on anybody, but I don't know, we might not lose a lot. We'll kind of hover just out of the wild card spot and
Yeah.
basically have the rest of 2026 to get back
To
in.
make up for it, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
So, in saying that, what do you think the record will be?
Well, we're 0-2, 21. I think we might get 15 points.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a hope in hell we finish.
You gotta be realistic. You
Well,
can hope,
you
but
know how
yeah.
much? Let's just say this. Let's hope we can get 5 on this next 5 games, and then
Yeah.
maybe next
And then
next
we'll
show.
reevaluate.
Well, no, next show I'll bump it up for sure because we have that bit of a homestand, and we're a pretty good team at home.
Yeah.
I know other teams are traveling and have their issues too. Maybe we run into a team that's on the a back-to-back night or a couple guys out. Like Minnesota came in here the other day, and we outplayed them quite a bit, but it showed why they were on that little bit of a heater they were on. They were very lucky in that. And after going into that game, we had beaten many 10 times straight. So I mean, at some point, that was a perfect storm right there for them to break that streak. The bad news with Helly being out and then comms in. Yeah.
Yeah, so our last question for this week, we were kind of touched on it earlier, but how active do you think Chevy will be looking for a goalie if Comrie and Milich can't get the job done? We hope that doesn't happen. We'll
That's
start
right.
there.
We hope that question's a non-question.
Yes, but a good question indeed.
Well, here's the thing. If we go on this road trip, and I don't even care what the record is, but if our goaltending was garbage all 5 games, this is what I say to Chevy, and you don't need an idiot like me to tell him this. He knows how to look at the teams. Do you remember the World Junior scandal about the players being suspended and all that stuff?
How could I forget?
Yeah. They, remember we did that piece on them being able to re-sign and that. Not a lot of guys have drawn a lot of interest, but Carter Hart's a pretty quality goalie. He's been on the hockey for a couple of years, and he was signed by Vegas of all teams. Vegas is like the old Oakland Raiders when Al Davis owned them. He don't care nothing about a player or their background. If he just cares what they do on the playing field for 60 minutes. He had a lot of hoodlums on his teams, but a lot of badasses. But Carter Hart signed a few weeks back, and he hit the ice this week for Vegas's farm team. So this is kind of cool. Las Vegas, gold and ice. play in Henderson County. Their farm team also plays there, and they're called the Henderson Silver Knights. Pretty good. I'll give him credit for that. I don't like him, but I'll give him credit for that. So he's probably played by now 2-3 games. He's eligible. Like, there's no guarantee he'll ever see the NHL again. We don't know how good he is.
Yeah.
But and I don't get this because their goaltending was fine in Vegas, but they're greedy. They want every player that's available. Sometimes they take guys just so somebody else doesn't get them.
They're petty like that.
Yeah, greedy.
Greedy, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
so they already. If I'm Chevy, and of course he knows this, he doesn't meet me down, but he's got. I like Hill. When he was with the Coyotes, I liked him.
Yeah.
He's injured, but he could be cut loose. I don't think so. I'm sure they'd keep him. And they got Schmid. I like him. He's carrying the load there right now because we got Hill's injured, so he could be cut loose. Or they might just hang on to all three. Might send one of those guys down to Henderson. But that's where I'd be looking. I don't think you'd have to pay much for either of them. But we'd have to really need one bad to make that, because I take a chance on any of those guys as long as we don't have to give up much. I don't want to give up the farm for a temporary fix.
No, not at all.
Maybe we'll tank. We'll try to finish in last, and we'll try to win the lottery and get Gatham and McKenna. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, we'll try that. That's new strategy. Tank it, Chevy. Tank it.
You heard it here first.
No.
Yeah.
They have the mobs coming down the street with the flaming fire and brimstone. That's where he lives, 4th floor. Start heaving stuff on my balcony.
All right, so that's a wrap for this week.
Yep.
Best of luck to the Jets during their trip away. You were hoping for the best for them out there. And if you like what you heard, do all the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah,
Stay
I'd like to hear
tuned
some comments.
for the next week's article. We'll have a podcast next Monday night too. And any last thoughts?
Yeah, thanks to all you guys for joining us. Right now we're at a point we're not getting much live, but we're getting quite a few views from the upload, so we appreciate that. And I still don't even know if 7 o'clock on Monday's a good time. The reason I picked that time is because my Random Thoughts article comes out on that day, so you may as well try to keep it as current. Yeah, keep in mind, I'm already commenting and talking about stuff that's a week old, so might have to change the format. We'll see. But it's new. We'll just get into it. It's just fun.
It is.
It kills a couple hours. Today it actually killed more than an hour because I couldn't find one button on the keyboard. Frustrating as shit, but whatever. Oh, one more for the jar?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay, I gotta fix the jar. So
$5.75.
that's at $5.75. I gotta move the desk.
It sure
over.
is.
We'll fix it. It's a good thing it's not $575. Anyway, thanks a lot. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Come
go
back.
Jets, go.
See us again next week.
time.
And
yeah.
hit the like button, subscribe, bring your friends, bring your relatives, bring your pets. Who gives a crap? See you next week. We're gonna hit